You know, in the world of tech, it feels like for every incredible creation, there's this equally long shadow that it casts. For every single breakthrough that pushes us all forward, a new vulnerability seems to pop up to pull us back. So today, we're going to dive into that constant, thrilling, and sometimes kind of terrifying race between innovation and insecurity.
Okay, let's just jump right in with a question that really gets to the heart of it all. I mean, what if the one tool that's supposed to be your digital guardian, your shield against all the bad stuff out there, what if that tool actually became the biggest threat? This isn't some hypothetical scenario. It's the real story of our first major vulnerability.
So, here's the roadmap for today. We're going to start with how a defender can become a danger, and then we'll see how that one incident fits into this much bigger, escalating cyber war. After that, we'll flip the coin and look at the incredible new tools being built for the future, plus a creative triumph that was 6 years in the making. And finally, we'll pull it all together to really understand tech's unending race.
All right, let's kick things off with a security flaw that is so ironic, it's almost poetic. This is the story of BlueHammer, and it's all about how the trusted Windows Defender got turned into a weapon against the very people it was designed to protect.
Okay, so what exactly is BlueHammer? Well, it's what we call a zero-day exploit, which basically means hackers found it and started using it before anyone even knew it existed, let alone how to fix. Its target? Windows Defender itself. And the prize for the hackers? System-level access. That's the highest level of control you can get on the Windows machine. It's like getting the keys to the entire kingdom.
So how does this thing actually work? It's pretty clever, really. It's not just one trick, it's a chain of 3 different exploits. It starts small with what's called local privilege escalation. The attacker gets in as a normal user and then finds a way to promote themselves to have more power. Then comes the really slick part. They exploit this tiny little gap in time, we're talking microseconds, between when Defender checks if a file is safe and when it actually runs that file. In that split second, they perform a little sleight of hand, swapping in a malicious file for the safe one. Defender is completely tricked into running the bad file with its own super high privileges.
And this is where it gets absolutely wild. The scale of this isn't some niche problem. We're talking about over 1 billion devices. 1 billion Windows 10 and 11 machines that were left completely exposed. That just shows you the power and the incredible risk of having one piece of security software on so many computers around the world.
And this whole thing isn't just about code, right? There's a real human drama here. The security researcher who found it, going by the name Chaotic Eclipse, said they tried to work with Microsoft for 90 days, but they got frustrated and felt ignored, so they just published the exploit for the whole world to see. It's a really controversial move. It forced Microsoft to issue a patch fast, but it also put every single one of those billion-plus users in immediate danger.
And that story, as crazy as it is, really just sets the stage for our next section. Because BlueHammer wasn't some isolated incident. Nope, it was just one skirmish in a much larger cyber war that's being fought on multiple fronts, all at the same time. The battlefield is just getting more complicated every single day.
First up, we've got attacks on the very AI tools that developers are using to build everything. Popular AI agents on GitHub got hacked through what are called prompt injection attacks. Think of it like this. Hackers figured out how to write special instructions that basically tricked the AI into ignoring its own safety rules. And in this case, they got the AIs to leak their own secret API keys, which gave the attackers access to a ton of sensitive code.
Then, of course, there's the crypto world. A wallet service called Zerion lost $100,000 after one of their employees' devices was compromised. Now, luckily, user funds were safe, but the attack method had all the fingerprints of the Lazarus Group. That's a very well-known, state-sponsored hacking team from North Korea, famous for these huge financial heists. It just goes to show how organized and serious these threats have become. And if you want a snapshot of just how crazy this is, just look at this. This was Microsoft's Patch Tuesday in April, the same month they fixed BlueHammer. It was one of their biggest security updates ever. 167 different vulnerabilities were patched in a single day. 12 of those were rated critical. It's basically a constant, high-stakes game of whack-a-mole.
Okay, but it is not all doom and gloom. Not by a long shot. The story of tech is never just about defense, right? While some people are frantically plugging holes, others are busy forging the tools of the future. So let's flip the coin. Let's move from the cyber war to the innovation front and look at the dawn of what's called agentic AI and the unbelievable new hardware being built to power it.
We're talking about the next big leap here, way beyond the chatbots you might be used to. This is agentic AI. Instead of just answering a question, you can give it a goal. It can then independently come up with a complex, multi-step plan to achieve that goal, and then actually go out and execute that plan in the digital world all by itself. It's a total game changer, and it requires a completely new kind of computer power.
And to make that happen, you need some serious horsepower. Enter Nvidia's new Vera CPU. I mean, just look at these numbers. This isn't just a small step up, a mind-boggling 227 times billion transistors. Now look at the memory and bandwidth. We're talking triple the memory, and it moves data more than twice as fast as the last generation. This isn't just an upgrade, it is a brand new engine designed specifically for the heavy lifting of agentic AI.
But it's how they package this power that's just insane. Nvidia has designed a single server rack that can hold 256 of these Vera CPUs. That is over 22,000 processing cores packed into one single box.
And all of those thousands of cores get to share a massive pool of 400 terabytes of memory. I mean, the sheer density of computing power in one place here is it's completely unprecedented.
So what's the bottom line? All of this incredible engineering comes down to one thing: a 6 times performance jump for AI tasks compared to what traditional servers can do. This is the raw power that's going to make agentic AI a reality for everyone. And believe me, this isn't just some prototype sitting in a lab. The biggest players in the game are already lining up to get their hands on it. You've got cloud giants like Alibaba and Oracle, social media titans like ByteDance and Meta. Everybody is racing to get this new power deployed. But you know, innovation isn't always about billions of transistors and server racks. Sometimes it's about art, it's about vision, and, well, it's about a whole lot of patience. And that brings us to our final story of innovation today, the long-awaited arrival of the game Pragmata. Okay, so let's talk about the long road of the game Pragmata. I mean, look at this timeline. It was first announced way back in 2020, and it quickly became famous for 2 things: its absolutely stunning visuals and, well, its constant delays, one after another after another. But after a 6-year wait, this incredibly ambitious sci-fi game from Capcom is finally here. So the big question is, after 6 long years, was it worth the wait? Well, what we got is something pretty special. It's a really unique experience built around playing cooperatively, solving these clever physics-based puzzles on the moon, all while fighting a rogue AI in a story that changes based on your decisions. And yeah, it's all wrapped up in some of the most beautiful next-gen graphics you've ever seen. The early buzz is that all that patience definitely paid off. So let's just step back for a second. On one hand, you've got vulnerabilities affecting a billion devices. On the other, you have AI hardware that's 6 times faster than anything before it. You have these amazing creative works that take 6 years to get right, and hacks that take just a few seconds to execute. This is the new normal. This is tech's unending race.
All right, so let's wrap this up. What are the big takeaways from all of this? First, security is a never-ending race, and even the tools meant to protect you can become weak points. Second, the sheer scale of cyber threats is just growing everywhere. But on the flip side, we're seeing this incredible boom in specialized hardware that's going to power the next wave of AI. We've also been reminded that great things, like great games, sometimes just take a lot of patience. And the one thing that ties it all together? Constant vigilance, always updating your stuff. It's not just a good idea anymore, it's absolutely essential.
And all of this leaves us with a really big question, doesn't it? The engine of innovation is just getting faster and faster. We are building unbelievably powerful AI and creating these breathtaking new digital worlds at a pace we've never seen before. But with every single step we take forward, we open up new vulnerabilities. So the real question isn't whether we can stop innovating, it's whether our defenses, our ability to protect what we build, can ever truly keep up with our ambition.